Welcome, Scorpio, to your August full moon reading. We are going to go ahead and see all the possible energies and messages coming through for you over this time. Scorpio, I'm starting off with your oracle cards. This is going to give us the core themes coming through for you. I will then go ahead and clarify everything further with the tarot to get deeper insight and deeper messages. Scorpio, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. This full moon is happening on the 9th of August and is known as the Sturgeon Moon, symbolizing resilience, emotional endurance, and rising from the depths. It's named after the sturgeon fish, and it embodies strength and ancestral wisdom. The sturgeon's steady nature encourages you to trust your path and embrace the subtle, powerful shifts happening in your life. The Sturgeon Moon also represents prosperity and abundance, as it is named for the fish that were plentiful this time of year. So let's see what this is all about for you. I'm going to start off over here, a time for healing, balsamic moon, and I am just going to get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what this message is all about for Scorpio, please. And we have High Priestess, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Now, Scorpio, over this full moon, you're being asked to look at an area of your life that everything has just become like a really heavy burden for you, and it's weighing you down, and it's making you feel tired and exhausted. And my dear Scorpios, even though I do believe for many of you this energy is coming to an end, this heavy burden, whatever you've been carrying, because 10 is a completion number, I do think it's taken its toll. It's probably just left you completely wiped out, my dear Scorpios. And I do feel for many of you, over this full moon period, you're going to need time for yourself, to spend time on your own, to read, to sleep, to eat well, to do things that nourish you, mind, body and soul. Now, Scorpio, obviously this energy could have come through in any area of your life. It could have been that one of your primary relationships was under duress. Perhaps you were fighting with a family member, or you and your significant other were at loggerheads regarding a certain issue, and it carried on and it carried on, and it was back and forth and back and forth. This could have been you had a lot of pressure at work and your boss was very unsympathetic and kept you late at night and had you working weekends. This is now coming to an end, and you, my dear Scorpios, need to find time for yourself to heal. High Priestess is coming through because intuitively I do feel that many of you know that you need downtime. You need time just to come back to yourself, my dear Scorpios, so that you can regain your energy, regain your vitality, and move forward. With Six of Swords here, the great thing is I do feel that this is definitely ending for you. And I do think if you're able to get away, Scorpio, even if it's just for a day, perhaps go somewhere out in nature, take a walk, have a wonderful meal, or if you can, do a weekend or a long weekend away, just to take yourself out of your environment and just surround yourself perhaps with nature or things that fill you up, and be good to yourself. This energy of Six of Swords tells me that things are going to get so much better for you, and I don't feel that it's going to take a long time. But use this full moon energy to your advantage As you can see here, our High Priestess is very connected to moon energy. This would be a wonderful time, Scorpio, to really tap into that wise oracle deep within you. Perhaps even set goals, ideas that you want to now bring into your life now that this has alleviated. What do you want, my dear Scorpios? Where do you see yourself going, and what do you want to bring into your life? Because with High Priestess coming through, you're highly connected to Spirit. Spirit is going to be working with you through your intuition, through those gut feelings, those premonitions, and you will be getting a lot of signs and symbols coming through in your dreams. So pay attention to that. But all in all, Scorpio, whatever this is or still might be for you, please know it's lifting and you are about to enter into a much easier time. Right, let us move on now and see what heart chakra is all about, and I will just get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what heart chakra is for Scorpio, please. And we have the Sun, the Three of Wands, and the King of Wands. Scorpio, the frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Now, under this message, my dear Scorpios, you are coming through as King of Wands. It does not matter if you're masculine or feminine. It is the energy of King of Wands I am speaking about. So what I'm actually seeing here is quite wonderful, is that when this energy releases and now things are feeling much better for you, your energy comes back, your enthusiasm comes back, and you want to get out there now and initiate and create things that mean something to you. And King of Wands is our most dynamic, go-getting, proactive, entrepreneurial king. This is a king whose energy vibrates at a very high level. They are almost like a magnet. They draw people in, they draw good things towards them, and this is how I am seeing you as you release out of this heavy energy you were carrying. Now, my dear Scorpios, I see you focusing on three very particular areas of your life. This could be your job, this could be your love life, and your health. Of course, it will be very particular to you, but there are three areas that are on your priority list right now. And you are going to be working with these three areas from a point of view of, I love what I'm doing. I'm doing this for myself. The more I give it, the more I'm going to benefit. So we see a wonderful energy of growth in these particular areas. And with the Sun here, Scorpio, please know that the more you give these particular areas and relationships, the more they are going to grow and expand and be filled with this pure energy of love. And this energy of love, even if we use it in work, even if we use it in our health, in our spirituality, it is a very high vibrating energy. So it makes complete sense that when you work from your heart perspective, you bring yourself in to the Sun. And this just tells me, Scorpio, of the joy, the happiness, the enlightenment that you're going to feel. As I said previously, things are getting so much better for you. We just didn't realize how much better, my dear Scorpios. Very nice to see. Right, let's move on now and see what a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra is all about, and I will get your clarifiers. So we want to see now what this message is for Scorpio, please. And we have the Star, the Seven of Wands, and the King of Swords. Under Heart Chakra, we saw you coming through as King of Wands. Under a win-win outcome is forecast, we see somebody else coming through, presenting as King of Swords. Now this once again could be a masculine or feminine. It is the energy of King of Swords I am speaking about. Now they are just as strong as you, my dear Scorpios, being a king, and where you are very vivacious and dynamic and magnetic, this person is very mentally based. They're a thinking person, they're analytical, they're logical. Now this could be anybody in your life over this time. It could be somebody new coming in or somebody you already know. This could be your boss or a new boss you go on an interview with. This could be a family member, a friend, it could be your significant other or a new romantic partner coming in. Now the interesting energy is there is something that is going to trigger you, or you might even trigger them, my dear Scorpios, when you are in each other's company over this full moon period. With Seven of Wands coming through, I can see there could be a bit of prickly energy between you. Maybe you don't agree with one another on a certain matter. Maybe there is a bit of a heated debate. I don't feel it's anything bad or dramatic. I just feel like there is a lot of back and forward energy, and it might make you feel a little bit defensive. It might make them a little bit defensive. But what we do see is that no matter what happens, and even if it gets quite heated and quite animated, please don't worry about it, because we have two wonderful confirmations coming through. Your third core message is a win-win outcome is forecast. So even if you go through this energy of back and forth, you're going to eventually understand one another and see one another's point of view. Or, my dear Scorpios, you could just agree to disagree, but you let it go. It doesn't become something big and heavy and serious. And with the Star coming through here, we're getting a really interesting message. The message I get here is that actually, my dear Scorpios, whoever King of Swords is, they're actually a wonderful person to have in your life. You know, Scorpio, sometimes we need that person in our lives that pushes us, that challenges us, that doesn't just agree with everything we are doing and tell us how wonderful we are. Sometimes we need that person to tell us, Scorpio, come on, you can do better than that. And I do believe it works the other way around as well. I feel you're not so easy on King of Swords. You push them. You get them out of their comfort zone. I think this is actually a wonderful relationship. So if you find yourself in this energy with King of Swords over this period, take it for what it is and know that ultimately a win-win situation is going to be coming out of whatever this is. So my dear Scorpios, a really lovely period ahead for you over this full moon period. That is all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I wish you a meaningful full moon, and I am sending you all so much love.